No, still haven't updated that. Hey, everybody. It's Ryan making it up as we go. Let's do it. Let's bring everybody in here tonight. We got Sean.
Good evening.
We got Paul.
Hello.
And we got Paul.
Hey there.
How's everybody doing?
Doing wonderful.
Good.
That's good. Man, I tell you what, I just I got back from being on location like an hour ago. That was a mad sprint at the end there, trying to make sure I was back in time. So everybody out there in YouTube land, please hit a like for me. I appreciate that. I did not get a speeding ticket, so that in itself deserves a like. So I appreciate it. Anyway, let's get in on it here and see what's going on. What's everybody been up to this week? Paul, you been up to anything?
I've been working on my giraffe.
Oh, nice.
He's coming along. And
Yeah.
the back end was coming along really good till I went to put a piece on and I kind of overdid my own strength and broke some pieces off. So now I got to remake the hind leg.
Oh, there you go.
But hey, that's what I have a laser for.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you, it's tough putting something like that together with no instructions.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure trying to figure out where everything goes it's like one of those puzzles that's like it's all the white pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Their idea of
I don't know where it's going.
their idea of where parts should go and my idea of where parts should go don't quite line up all the time. But it's coming.
If I tried to put it together, it would look more like an antelope. It's a giraffe. That's good. Well, keep them busy. That's a good thing.
Yep.
What about you, Mr. Hammerquist? What have you been working on this week?
Let's
Besides
see.
print failures.
I was trying to have it end by the time the show was starting,
Oh, yeah.
but I think we still got about 3 hours left.
Nice.
So,
I'll strap it in, everybody.
but this is what I'm making, except all four colors, and there's been a few design modifications. Here, a little closer up on the
original.
This was the first one, that failed on me. So I don't know if you can see, it's hard right here, but it started, it got off, so it was shifted.
Oh,
And then the nozzle was clogged, and then we got some start. Others just.
I like that one.
Nice. That looks
that one
good.
popped really well. How long did that one go?
This was 4 hours.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. The larger 0.2 layer height.
Yeah.
This one's 0.14, and then 4 colors, and there's a lot more detail. Because it's only changing out for the gold and the silver on this, whereas that there's little lines of gold that are going to be in the handle.
Oh, cool.
And then the handle itself is gray and black. So there's just a lot of little changes. So,
Man.
Now, I was going to say, was that the print that created the little constipation in your machine?
yeah.
Oof.
But this is the poop so far.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a lot of poop.
Yeah. But that's been about it. I kind of took it easy today and relaxed.
For 13 grand, you can buy one of those machines that chops that all up. It makes it.
Makes it back into $10 filament.
Yeah.
Well, I did get some PET G the Petchy HF and Bamboo
Yeah.
as well. I restocked up on filament, so and a couple other little fun gizmos. So we'll see how it all goes.
Cool.
From what everybody said, well, I know Bamboo says that you're supposed to dry that ahead of time, and like everybody was like, yeah, whatever. But evidently, you really do need to dry that like before you print with it, which is kind of interesting. But whatever. Cool, awesome. Well, I can't wait to see that thing finished. No, it looks like it may have just knocked it over though.
Oh wow! Moving around.
How long is it going to take for him to really need to turn around and look at it?
It's funny because there's 3 of me on the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where? I still couldn't even see it, trying to look for the 3.
I could see him looking in the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is it though? Where is the print?
Good times. Well, what about you, Sean? What have you been working on this week?
Oh, it's been a fun, busy week.
Yeah, somebody went live today.
Yeah, yes, it did. I'll start with my cousin. I haven't seen my cousin for over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Actually came into town, so that was the first few days. That was awesome. That was great. And then I slowly got things together. Yes, I did my first live today. And tomorrow I do my first live unboxing.
Nice.
Which will be fun.
I don't know how you've waited a couple days to open that thing.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. The anticipation, how you guys have the discipline, I don't have a clue. I don't get it. I mean, I had to cover it so I wouldn't see it because I was so bad I want to crack that baby open. But I did say on the last show, I'll do a live. Excuse me, and I'll do a live. But let's put it this way. This is for the live unboxing.
Nice.
Yes. That's for the Amos Light. So thank you guys, by the way, for sharing that link.
Quite welcome. That's one of our videos for the week.
Awesome.
So very cool.
Great idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a fun week.
Good. Very good. Well, I've been on location. So I left last Sunday morning at like 5 a.m. and drove down to South Carolina, and we spent my birthday down there, and had a good time. And then my wife started wanting to go look at golf carts, and so she bought a golf cart yesterday.
Nice looking golf cart.
She thinks that I'm getting rid of mine. This is not correct. So, but that's okay. She still does not know about the thing 1 and thing 2. Yeah, it's going all right. But I being on location, I didn't take any. Sometimes I've been taking printers with me down there, but this time I didn't, because the last couple times I really haven't had any time. I guess I'm relaxing too much and don't have time to mess with stuff. So I didn't take one down there with me this time. But I did work on some trying to think of what I can start printing with my printer patch, and go from there. So worked on some designs of some stuff, worked on some concepts for videos and all that good stuff. So hopefully we'll have some stuff coming out here pretty shortly. And then like I said, I just got back here like an hour ago. So me and the dogs and the boy headed out this morning and got back up here like an hour ago. So it was a good ride. A little bit busy, but around DC, but not too bad. Good times though. Let's check in here with some of the comments that people are going on. Oh, look at that. Look at yes, Dwayne. She see, this is where my wife and I completely differ. So she's just buy it brand new. And I'm like, well, I'd like to build it. I want to make it. I want to make it my own. And so we bought a brand new one. I mean, we drove and looked at 15 to 20 different brands. I mean, they were all over the place. But we ended up getting a one that's from a brand called Evolution. So it's got like 4 people that are all facing forward. So, usually on a regular size golf cart, if you have 4 people on it, you have 2 people facing forward and 2 people facing backwards. And she didn't like that, especially since with our son and all that stuff, didn't want him riding on the, facing away and being more sociable if we're all facing one direction. Nobody ever really thinks about that. I'm the one that always sits in the back seat, and she drives, and the boy sits next to her. So I get to sit forward in the cart. But it's really nice. It's crazy what these things can come with now. I mean, it's got I don't know, it's got like Bluetooth audio, so it's got like a radio in it. It's got it came from like stock with like a lift on it and tires and nice tires and stuff. But it's also got like a backup camera.
On a golf cart.
Stupid golf cart's got a backup camera.
You want to make sure you don't run over the cooler.
Yeah, right. There you go. Well, I guess a lot of these brands are putting them on like that because you can get either a golf cart or you can get an LSV. LSV is a low-speed vehicle. And so the difference there is that you can drive the LSV at night, and it has like tags like a regular car. So with that, you have to have certain things. I mean, you have to have the rear view mirrors and seat belts and now it's a regulation. You have to have a backup camera if you have an LSV. So it came with all that stuff stock, except the only change that they had to make from a golf cart to an LSV was a windshield wiper. So they put on a windshield wiper that does not work. It's just in place, and it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. And so it's but that makes it able to be driven at night. Okay. Whatever.
So you have blinkers and high beams and low beams.
Oh yeah. It can't. That brand makes it that way stock. The only thing that they did to make it the LSV kind was adding the windshield wiper.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, but crazy.
Now without the windshield wiper, you don't have to license it, correct? It's just a golf cart.
There's some weird technicalities about it. Like you wouldn't have to. I mean, you don't have to register a car, in theory, if you're not going to drive it on the road or whatever. But
true.
But I guess if we planned on driving it at night, you have to have it registered or whatever. So it's kind of weird, but it drives nice, and had lots of good bits and pieces, and I can actually hit the pedals. There were some of them that the pedals were so short on the footwell, I couldn't operate the brake. Like it was kind of weird. I was like, man, well, this one's gone because I don't care what it is. It can't drive it, but whatever. Look at this. Thank you very much, JR. I appreciate it. Super chat's back. Put this in the material fund or for the forklift rehab fund or the 3D printer fund. Yeah, it goes into the show fund. So
and that'll be,
very much, JR.
And then you put it into the wrong one.
So, but yeah. So let's see. Oh, you super chatted on. That's awesome. That's funny.
I'll send that your way, Ryan.
Oh, don't you worry about it. Let's see here. But yes, and Harry's right. The forklift does run. It just doesn't stop. So which we're working on. We're trying to find a master cylinder for that thing. So good times. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we're back and we're gonna get some stuff done. Let's get started, I guess. Here, well, we did see him. He's out in the out there in the chat. Let's make sure that we go support our buddy Cody. And go get some Jenny bits. Christmas season's coming up quick, and you're gonna need to make stuff for people. So make sure you stock up on your Jenny bits. And in case you crash one and break it, you need to make sure you have some spares. So,
and not just for people, but we got that. What else is coming up?
Oh yeah, the Christmas challenge. I didn't have time to change it. So what are we? Well, this is from last week. It was 103 days. So we are down to what? 96, 97, yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to come up quick. I got to start talking to people and see what we can do about getting some sponsors for this year. So I got to get on that.
Hey, we got somebody out there from South Africa.
Oh yeah, nice. Very nice. Yeah, we're all over the place. There you go. That's Kevin Els. Thanks for checking us out there, Kevin. I appreciate that, buddy. We got South Africa. We got I can guarantee you're the only one from South Africa watching this shit.
What time is it in South Africa?
He'll have to let us know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh wow, look at that. Darren got a good deal. He got a Fox Alien Master for $150 on Facebook Marketplace. There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh yeah. And Cody says jack-o'-lantern season is now, which is very true. So but anyway, yeah. So let's
3:16 in the morning.
Oof.
Hey,
what the heck?
That's a good time to wake up.
Yes. Paul's just getting up to go to work. There you go. There you go. All right, well, let's get moving here. We'll start yapping about some of these videos that have come out this week. As always, links for all these videos are down in the description, so you don't have to go search them out or anything. Put them down there for you. Just make sure when you go watch them, if you like them and all that good stuff, please let them know that we sent you over there. Give some awareness of our presence. So first one we'll talk about here is going to be Chris Borg. He got a good video out this week. It was very short. I really wish he would have done more with this. But I can't say it. I can't even speak English. I can't speak some other language here. Kintsugi.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the act of rebuilding an object, a broken object, and usually they put like gold or something like that in between the joints and stuff like that. But Chris was able to scan the object and kind of make what he thinks it was. And then 3D printed a piece to fit in there. So pretty cool. Turned out pretty neat. I wish he would have done more with it though. Like doing designs in the 3D print or something that would have taken it up to another level. But the concept is pretty cool. So maybe he'll do that in another episode. You just didn't have time for this one. But I thought it was pretty sweet.
The cool thing, the technology for 3D printing or 3D scanning is just getting better and better.
Yeah.
And better.
And cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, one day we'll all get to play that. I mean, there's like apps on your phone that you can use to do it now too. So
but it has to be Apple.
Oh.
Because they're the only ones that have the LiDAR camera.
So
that's how they're doing it.
So not everybody. You mean to tell me not everybody does Apple?
No.
I'm sorry that you guys don't have access to this wonderful technology. Oh.
I'm keeping cool because we already have another Apple one. I know coming up. I'm trying to be nice.
My son calls Apple phones communist phones.
Yep.
Because you can only do what they let you do.
It's just like bamboo.
They did a very unique survey on people, the difference between Apple users and Android users.
Oh, yeah?
You can find it on Google. Google it up. It's really interesting.
Interesting.
Well,
Well,
I think they nailed it.
a long time ago, I was a Android user. Well, actually, I used Android. I had Android for one phone, and it was. I mean, this is like one of the first Samsung ones. I mean, it was like the one or two, whatever it was. I mean, it was really early, but that damn thing was so buggy. And then I got an iPhone 4 or 3 or something like that, and it just worked. And I was like, all right, I'm in. I didn't have to do anything. It never crashed. Never. I mean, it's different today, but once you get into architecture, it's kind of hard to get out of it.
That's true.
But anyway, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, this is pretty cool use for 3D scanning and all that stuff. And I think it just would have been really sweet if he would have done like some like multicolored stuff with it or something, like,
A design or
yeah. So there's some really cool possibilities with where he was going, and so I hope he does another video with it and explores that some more. So cool. All right, moving on here. We'll go to Erickson Design and Woodworking, making a wavy flag. That was also a puzzle. I was fascinated by this. I thought this was so cool that I had to watch it a couple times because I was like, wait, how did he? Because he makes like a bigger flag and then cuts all the pieces out of it and makes it into a smaller flag. I was like, that kind of messed me up.
not a shrinky dink.
Yeah, well, still it looks like it's in. I guess maybe the stripes on. Well, yeah, I guess looking at the thumbnail now, if I'm studying it, the stripes do look narrower than what they probably would be in reality.
Well, there's more stripes on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. So, but the way that he cut it all out, the puzzle pieces and all that stuff, I thought like initially when I saw like a snippet of this one, I was like, oh, maybe he's using a laser or something like that and cut it into pieces. But that it was all done like CNC and stuff like that was pretty awesome. I thought it was pretty sweet. Turned out great, and he's giving one away. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So he made two. One of them had like this really beautiful box, and then the other one didn't. But the way that the flag itself is the point of the whole thing. So
you look at it and you have to justify for the curve and everything to make it look that nice. That is a heck of a job.
Yeah. He did really awesome on it. So very cool. Congratulations on that one. All right, we're moving on then. We got Crafted by Ray. He was doing some laser cut Halloween signs, coffee signs. So I was trying to think of like something snarky to say about the coffee and Halloween, but I couldn't think of anything.
Wide awake spook.
Yeah. So, but good video. He walks you through how he's doing them and all that good stuff. And it's a good time to. You got all the fall festivals coming up. Time to sell them. Make a bunch of them. Sell them. Get them out there.
Do you know how many people I know that have like change for every decoration, for every season? And it's not just like one room. They do the whole room. And so it's this whole theatrical You know, it's like, you know, you go over there and the people are like, okay, so in the living room, we went with a more fall feeling, you know, and then this one's more the scary pumpkin, you know. I'm like, where do you store all this stuff? Because this isn't just for Halloween. You do this Halloween, Christmas, Easter. And I'm like, where?
Yeah. Arbor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know where people store all this, because I can barely store you know, my
Storage
machine.
units, man.
I see. I think that's the key. I'm pretty sure they don't have a laser or a router or any of those tools in a garage.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have park a car in the garage either.
No.
Nobody parks a car in the garage. No.
I don't think
Sweet.
I've done that for 14 years now.
Oh. All right. Well, moving on then. We'll go to 3D Printing Nerd. Did an interview with this guy about at UC Berkeley for the a printer that they're going to be putting up on the Origin, I think it was.
Okay.
And so they're going to be doing some kind of printing in space. And it's different than the kind of printing that was happening like when they did the wrench, you know, many years ago. This is like a different style. I didn't really understand what the hell kind of printing they're doing, but something with some sort of gel. But it wasn't like a resin printer or anything. But it's pretty sweet. But it's only going to take like 2 minutes to do its whole print thing. It's like completely autonomous. It knows when it's in 0G, and once it hits 0G, it will turn on and do its thing. So there's nothing anybody has to do. And it's pretty sweet. Dude's got awesome hair.
Which one, Joe or the other guy?
The other guy. Look at that, man. That takes some product right there to deal with.
Oh yeah.
This is good stuff.
Well, you know, 3D printing in space is going to be a big, especially, you know, getting that moon base started. And so these experiments and trying to get it right I find it, I didn't get to watch this video, but I know I'm going to.
It's pretty neat. I mean, it's just like a technical interview on this one. You know, talking about, it was a lot of stuff that was over my head, but I just thought it was pretty neat. Like they're splitting the image into like 4 different sections at once with light. And it's going to print 4 different things at one time, or four items at one time in like 2 minutes. I mean, it's kind of craziness. Yeah, you know, Cody's got it. He's printing a rescue ship.
Oh yeah, they're still up there, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be there until February. They're saying now.
In SpaceX, they can't go on SpaceX because their space suits aren't compatible.
Right. In the paper today, it said that they're not stranded, but they just can't come back.
Yeah,
that's stranded.
It's like saying there's no inflation, but the prices keep going up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if their suits aren't compatible with SpaceX, why can't like SpaceX, you know, send up a ship and like, you know, pack a carry-on?
Yeah,
I mean, like they can't send a suit for these people.
Bring a couple extra suits when you come up.
Yeah,
I'll just send up the 3D printer and print off some conversion, you know, whatever you need to convert it, so they work. There you go. Right. Problem solved. That easy. We figured it out. Hire us, NASA.
Yeah, give us a couple $1 million. John saying, I know what you mean. My wife changes the whole house decorating for every holiday and season. I built a 28 by 34 walk-up attic for her.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome. Never enough, that's for sure. So, but yeah, pretty cool video about, you know, talking to the guy about really nerdy stuff. So go check that out. We got Mr. Fisher. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago, that he had gotten his channel hacked and everything else, and he turned lemons into lemonade because he did get he did get somebody to sponsor this video from one of those. I forget which one it was, but it was one of the people that will like do your keep your info safer and stuff. So, but yeah, evidently he answered an email saying, hey, you want to be a sponsor for this thing and do a sponsored video for this thing, and he said okay, and clicked on one of the links that they had sent him, and that was all she wrote. They got all of it.
All right. So I think it's a little ironic because at the beginning of the video, he goes, I have a PDF down in the link below that you can, a checklist of things to go through, right? And then after that, he proceeds. So this sponsor reached out and sent me 3 PDFs.
Yeah.
And it was a third PDF that I was like, time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah. But he'd be like, well, it's me. Well, you'd think it's Avion or whoever the water was that got him too. But I don't know. Pretty funny. Yeah.
Never open a PDF.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If you can, start a virtual machine and do it in there.
Yeah.
And also use a separate email for use multiple emails.
Yeah.
To kind of fire break everything.
Yep. So you don't get locked out of everything.
Yeah. And don't use your email that you use for your account.
Exactly.
Or forward it to another email.
Not to make this really long, but what exactly is a virtual machine?
So it's like it's a virtual machine.
Is that like a VPN?
No, VPN routes makes you look like your internet's coming from Timbuktu when you're sitting here in the States. A virtual machine is basically that. It's just a virtual machine that you can do stuff in there that's not interacting on your hardware locally. So it kind of is like a sandbox and keeps everything in there. So if you get a virus, it messes up the virtual machine and not your actual machine.
Is that a program that you install on your machine? Or is it a separate piece of hardware?
It's a separate piece of software. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I use one for work because I'll log into the virtual machine on the computer and use a lot of software we have there. But none of it's all running on a server someplace else, not here on my computer. Yeah, Kilroy's.
Here's what Al says. It's a program that emulates it.
There you go.
In a container that actually runs the operating system like Windows. And you can use a box from Oracle or other. Very cool.
Okay.
It's above my pay grade too, Paul.
No, mine too.
Jerry's out there. Hey, buddy. Welcome back to the evening. But yeah, so thankfully he got his stuff back. So we got to see him put more flathead screws in random parts of his projects. So very cool. All right, moving on. We got Functional Print Friday. Did a wall-mounted blast gate this week for his laser. He's got I forget which one it was. It kind of looks like, if I remember right, it looked like it was the Falcon 2, like what Dave has. I saw red film on it, but he changes the way that he's getting some backdraft from his outside vent, and so he put in a blast gate like he would for dust collection, but he intends it to be for exhaust for the 3D or for the laser cutter, and so he goes through a couple iterations of it and makes a good one. So
that's a good idea for people that live in cold climates.
Very much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, especially for like those little vents, they're not all that airtight, so they're going to leak. And if you can help provide another spot to slow down the air infiltration back into your house, it'll definitely help out.
It's so cool to see how far just the basic blast gate has gone from when you have to go out and buy and purchase, and they weren't cheap when they first came out, and then the prices came now we're to 3D printing them and making them in house versus going out and getting them.
Yep. So
I'm loving this technology.
It's pretty awesome. That's for sure. He was having a problem like in the middle of building this blast gate where it was getting too tight, and the only thing I was thinking was, well, that slot's so small, the acceleration of the 3D printer was probably rounding off the corners on the inside, not 100%, stopping and cutting a real 90, because it's a pretty small slot. And I guess noticed something on the inside there, probably from that acceleration. So he filed it down a little bit, and it seemed to work pretty good. So, but then he mentions in there about the overhangs, which we'll bring up in another video, which was pretty cool or pretty interesting. It sent me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. All right, moving on then. We got Grove Builds making $1,000 in less than 24 hours. What it was the name puzzles. So he's taken a what is it? It was like a 1x6 or something like that, or 1x4, and he was making cutting them in half, like cutting them lengthwise in half, and doing like a 2-layer puzzle out of them, and cutting them on his laser and stuff like that. And I guess he talks about how he's selling them and what he does to sell them, and pretty good solution for him. He was doing them at like $4 a letter. So if you got some your parents really hated you and made some long ass name, you're paying out the nose.
That would add up.
Yeah, sure would.
Cool idea.
Yeah, that's when you have a nickname that's 4 letters long.
Rob.
Yeah, there you go. I was saying to him, I made a comment on his video about the other thing you could do is do it with like 3mm birch plywood and glue it together and go that way. I think that would give it a pretty cool look to it. And so I guess his wife got involved in everything. She was staining letters and stuff, but it's a good little project. You can always advertise those and sell the snot out of them and have a good time. So.
Very easy to do.
Yeah. Very simple, easy to go. So, sweet. Moving on, then we got this one from Jet L. This is what Sean was talking about a little while ago, about the dry box for the A1, the AMS light, and so a pretty cool little design. Fits right onto the AMS light and provide, because on the AMS for the P1 series and the XC series, it's kind of like an enclosed unit, but with the A1 series, it's an open. The AMS is open, and so just somebody made a good design for enclosing it. Turned out pretty good.
Sure. Flip cameras here. So far, I've assembled a couple pieces. It's thin. I'm surprised, but it makes sense because you're not putting any weight on it.
Yeah,
and it literally just slides on. I can't wait to get to that point. I can't test it yet. You guys know why. But
How long,
I'm getting ready.
how long did it take to print that, Sean?
This I want to say an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours maybe at the most for this just one. So you have four halves, and I haven't started the fronts yet. So
Now-
it's already
Now, is that
fine.
clear PLA?
Yeah, this is clear PLA. This the nice thing about it. I was gonna go solid to match kind of my theme, but then I realized, well, I wouldn't be able to see the filament with inside.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking most people that do these are going to probably do them in the clear, just because then you can actually still see what's going on.
Yeah. Now you might be able to get away with doing like this piece in a color, but then the face
yeah.
in it clear.
Yeah, and do the fate. Yeah. It was kind of cool too. Like he made it so you can fit some hydrometers in there, and keep an eye on what the humidity is inside and outside of the little unit there, and all that good stuff. And this Jet L guy is not the guy that designed it. Somebody else did, but it's on Maker World, and it's I think it's starting to get some traction, because I even saw on one of the Facebook groups, the bamboo Facebook groups, earlier, that somebody was talking about it and blah blah blah. And I said, hey, because I think, obviously this video is getting some good views, so there's going to be a bunch of people out there printing this thing. I was like, hey, it's a good design. Everybody that's printing it out should tip the guy like $1. The designer $1, just to tell him thanks for coming up with a good design for this thing. And nobody will do it, but it's a good thought anyway. So maybe somebody will think about it. But
now there's the piece that he's showing right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sacrilege or not, printing all my parts for a bamboo. I mean, on my K1 Max.
On the Creality. I was thinking about that. No, I don't think so.
Nah, it's all good. It is all good. They each have their own place in the printing world.
God. Ranger. It was like, that was you, dude. Oh, that was bad. Dude, you feeling all right? You is your belly okay? Dude, that stinks, buddy. You need to go light a match or something. You got a match?
He's like, I don't have a thumb, or I would.
Oh, it's bad.
I
don't have a. I might have to turn off the exhaust fan of the Laser. Holy crap! Oh, that's bad. Oh, poor dude. Oof, man. Oh, sorry. Anyway, dog's killing me. Jeez. Usually it's the other one. The black dog is usually the one that's all gassy. Not Ranger. So, oof. All right. Well, we'll move on then. So it's a pretty cool project. If you got an AMS light, consider printing this thing out. But Sean, I like your thought on doing the back solid.
The only time I'd see where it'd be an issue is if you get a solid, like a cardboard spool that doesn't have the slits. But I use all the filament I use right now is Sunlu. I love Sunlu, and I've been sticking with it, and I can see the size. So yeah. I might have, because it doesn't take a lot of filament.
Well, I think if you're somebody specifically doing this project, though, they're going to go get a roll of the translucent, and you might as well just print the whole stupid thing out translucent.
Well, I'm looking at it thinking it's going to take more than one roll of filament. Not even close.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it shouldn't be a whole lot because of the it's pretty thin wall. But
it's pretty cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the machine live in person.
Then you'll have to wire up some lights on the inside, make it flash.
Fun.
Yeah, there you go. Sweet.
Make it turn red when it's low.
Yeah.
All
All right. Well, moving on then, we got Lift Arc Studios. This is just kind of a cool project. This is a plasma cut CNC, not sign. This is like for a railing, and that they were cutting. And I guess they couldn't make any of the holes big enough. They had what was it? They had to keep the holes smaller than a snooker ball because of where it was going to be. I think it's going to be on like the second story loft or something like that. So if if the snooker ball comes out of there, it's going to go right into the lower, make a mess of things. Yeah. Oh man, look at his forklift. He's got a good looking little forklift there. Oh, sidetracked.
You get jealous.
Yeah, his probably stops.
Oh, yours will stop eventually.
Yeah, once it runs into something. But yeah, pretty cool. It goes through the process, and it was just fun to watch a plasma cut CNC go after it a little bit on this one. So pretty neat.
Sparky.
I dug it. All right. Well, moving on then, we got we have the controversy of the week here with Robert Cohen. So this is kind of a Prusa. I don't know. Well, so the Prusa MK4S came out like a week or so ago. We were talking about it last week, and one thing that they were touting was the ability for it to do overhangs, like crushing overhangs, and going out 70 degrees and stuff like that, and have really nice looking overhangs. And then if you sent it to another machine, like say a bamboo X1 carbon or something like that, the same model, it would look like garbage. And so after some sleuthing, Robert and some two other content creators, I guess they figured out that in Prusa Slicer, the overhangs like that are being treated as bridges.
Okay. And
it sounds like somebody. So when it's bridging something, it's on the other slicers, it'll go at 300-400 millimeters a second, whatever it is. It's flying doing these overhangs, but in the bamboo slicer, they've changed it to be like 10 millimeters a second. So it's taking its time on those outer edges, which makes it look nicer. And I guess it's a bug that Prusa fixed a couple of years ago, from what it sounded like. But the other, bamboo and Orca slicer hadn't caught that bug and fixed it. So it made it look like for a little while that the MK4S was the overhang king, when once you change the settings to be the same for all three slicers, the other printers did better than the MK4S on that given day with that given filament. And so I guess they were talking about, hopefully this wasn't like a malicious thing trying to say, hey, look how great ours is compared to everybody else. But I mean, it kind of sounds like they knew that the other slicers hadn't changed that setting, and they were trying to take advantage of it. But I don't know, pretty wild.
Well, the one thing that makes the printer is the slicer.
Yeah.
That I've noticed throughout time. If you look at the new Cura, the Elegoo that my son's printing with, and we put the new Cura on his computer, and the prints are turning out phenomenal. I mean, way better than the earlier version.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's now running a fork off of the Prusa slicer too, isn't it?
It would surprise me.
I think so. but or oh no, Cura's not. I'm thinking about the Creality slicer. Might have
Gotcha.
been. No,
No,
Cura's
Bruce,
still something.
their biggest focus has been their slicer
Yeah,
and their software. That's where a lot of their energy has gone into.
yeah. So, but yeah, interesting. I I don't. I can't seem to think that it was a malicious type of thing, but it's kind of like, ooh. I mean, it's not their responsibility to tell the competitors that have taken forks off of their software that they should fix this bug or whatever, but it and they kind of exploited that. It sounds like a little bit. It's all good. All good. Oh, all right. Let's see here. Moving on, then we got CNC Labs. This was nuts. Like we talked about this a little bit. A couple weeks ago with the alt mill, and they were showing the aluminum guitar that they were cutting on it. So that's what this video is all about. Is just about cutting this guitar, and man, that's cool. That is so awesome. Pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, so it's 9 minutes of just awesomeness about this big chunk of aluminum getting carved up into a guitar.
I'd love to get my hand on some of that.
They upgraded. They found the bottleneck of their machine at the time was the 2.2 spindle. Like it couldn't keep up with how rigid the machine is, and so they bumped it up to a 3 kilowatt spindle, and they probably could go more.
And it's an affordable machine on top of it.
What a great looking! I mean, they're going to do really well with that alt mill.
Oh yeah.
Paul's going to pull the trigger on one by probably next year.
No, someone just bought their first car in
oh
my gosh, what 14 years? Yeah, 14 years.
Nice.
I have my first car.
Ooh, what did we get? What did we get?
2017 Nissan Murano.
Oh, there you go.
So
Very nice.
New to you, yeah.
Yeah, new to me.
That's all that matters.
It's an ABBA car. A to B,
ABBA?
B to A.
Oh.
Yeah, A to B, B to A. For me, at least. It runs good. It was my brother's, so.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So at least you know it definitely wasn't taken care of.
Oh, yeah. And if anything's wrong, at least I won't go to jail if I have to go beat him up.
Keep in the family.
Hey, Noogies, it's my little brother. I don't care for 40.
There you go. There you go. Let's see here. Jerry's saying this new RF CO2 gantry laser is a killer 40 watt. Wow, that's nice. Very cool. Let's see here. And we got Jerry's got something else here. The poly dryer is really cool. Did 3 videos, 24 minutes, 1 minute and a 2 minute. Very cool. Yeah, I did see some of Jerry's videos on that, I think. So I don't think I saw 3 of them there, so I'll have to go back and check them out.
He's been on TikTok every day. Speaking of which, I even did TikTok this week.
Ooh.
Or last week. Sometime.
You went to the dark side. Huh?
Yeah.
What's JR saying here? I was looking at some Bamboo Lab PET GCH today. It commented on the product page that had to be dried first before using it for best results. Do you use a dryer right before using it and then just run it? Yeah, that's from what I understand, Jerry, that's what they recommend is like, throw it in there, throw it into a dryer for however they don't say how long you should dry it for. But I would dry it as long as you can, like 6 or 8 hours before running it, because that they actually say that you should before you run it means that they you probably should.
And the nice thing with the new dryers, they give you a sheet that tells you how long to dry each filament.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And then once you dry, you can seal it back up in a bag if you're not using it.
I bought a dryer. It's sitting right there. I just haven't opened it up yet to check it out.
One of the create which one?
Oh, it's a I don't know how to say it properly, but I'm going to call it a dick ale. It might be Dickel. I don't know, but it's Dikale. So I'm going to call it Dick Ale because I'm 12.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, Wade says that the new Nissan Rogues have a plastic oil pan. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't surprise me at all. My wife's Atlas has a plastic intake manifold. Yeah, pretty stupid.
Dude, I remember when the plastic carburetors came out.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
I had one.
No. All right, so we'll move on then from CNC Labs. We're going to go to the Swedish maker. There we go. So he had an old Apple Mini and or Mac Mini, whatever it's called, and he got bit by the Flexi Spot sponsorship. Man, the Flexi Spot. All right, so who do we have? The big sponsors this week of things I was watching. One is Flexi Spot. I saw them on like 4 or 5 different videos. You've got PCB Way is a big one this week. Well, they've been a big one for like months now. And then who was the other one that I was seeing a lot of? You've been seeing a lot of Better Health too, which like I don't know. I think you should have something at least somewhat related to what you're doing in your video. You know, I mean, I get it.
Not always advertising green stuff.
Well, if they're, I mean, if they want to give you grant, like I can promise this to everybody, like so I've never gotten paid for any videos or anything like that. But if I have to do something like if I'm ever asked to do like let's just use Better Health as a example, I'm gonna put like something on the screen so you know that it's the advertisement, and so don't feel bad about skipping forward to this little icon disappears or whatever, or like bars on the screen. Something will be on there because it drives me nuts. Like
you don't have to worry about that much longer. YouTube is rolling that out where it'll be the AI will auto detect your in video sponsorships, and it'll have a little skip button.
Oh wow,
that'd be nice.
Is that like for YouTube? What is it? YouTube Red or?
It's in the testing right now. So whatever video you're watching, even if you whatever their premium or whatever.
Huh.
So I don't know who's all getting to test it right now, but it's out there.
Interesting. Well, at least like on the Swedish maker one, he was doing the Flexi Spot, but he actually used the desk as part of what he was doing, I guess, like it was part of the room that he was decorating. But pretty cool project though. He 3D printed out like a mock-up of the of everything first to make sure it was going to fit and all that, and then he CNC'd everything out of walnut, because every YouTuber loves walnut.
He 3D printed it a lot because he even used it for all the jigs that he used to line everything up, so he was always center or cut starting from the right place, and putting it upside down.
Yeah. I don't know how I wouldn't have even recognized that I put it upside down. So, but great project and looked beautiful. Piece of furniture. So I like his videos. I think I would enjoy talking to him. I think Seems like he'd be a pretty good guy.
I feel like you would just sit on the back porch and have a cup of tea with him.
Yeah.
And chill out.
Yeah.
Yep. So very sweet. So good deal. All right, moving on then. We got Teaching Tech just put out his video on his part 2 of his tool changer build with using a Solvo SV08. And pretty awesome. I guess he's been working a lot with this other group that's actually spearheading this thing. And he got Solvo to send him out one of their printers and a bunch of tool heads, and they're trying to make it work. And budget-wise, it'll be a whole lot less expensive than if you got a Prusa XL with the 5 tool changer, because I think that's like $3,500 or something like that, and this will be under $2,000.
Oh, that'll be cool
when they're done. Yeah, pretty sweet. But taking a lot of work to get it figured out, but it sounds like they're very close to getting it figured out. So,
just think of all the poo you'll save.
I'm trying to remember who else had. I'm trying to remember the other guy. He also released a video, but it was like 6 head, multi-head. But he still had poo and a purge tower.
Yeah,
because I think you're still going to have the purge if it's just sitting there to get it going.
Yeah, just to warm it up.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Prusa also have a multi-head?
Yeah. Pretty sweet though. It'll be pretty neat seeing this thing go once they get it going. But I guess like some people he was saying at the beginning of the video, like he was getting messages from people saying that they were pissed that he jumped the line for getting one of their printers. It's not his fault. It's Solvo sent it out to him. Like, be pissed at the manufacturer, not the guy, not the content creator that's trying to make cool stuff with it.
Not for him. I think it's a challenge.
Yeah. It's definitely he's a smart guy, and I think it's if there's one of the content creators out there that you want to have some like a piece early, it's him.
Yeah,
because he does good videos, and he gets very techie into what he's working on,
and documents it. Because the other one I watched was it was The Next Layer. He had put out a video where he was talking about the ERCF. He had a follow up to that video about the multi-head one, going over it, and getting it all set up.
Sweet. We'll have to watch that one. Get it checked out. So
I get lost in the code the moment he starts bringing up the code.
Cool. All right, and then our last regular video of the week then is going to be Mr. Hamilton Dilbeck. He turned his Onefinity Elite into a painting machine.
That was really cool.
Very neat. Like, that was very, very interesting process. The paintings turned out really cool.
Yeah.
So he basically, if everybody remembers Spirograph, that's what he's kind of doing with paint with his CNC. I'd like to talk to him about the tool pathing of this, because that just sounds challenging to get it to do it the way that you want it to.
Yeah,
that was my favorite one there. So, but
when I first saw that, I didn't realize how big it was, and I thought he came up with a neat use of old CDs. That's kind of what it looked like. But then when I saw how big it was, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how he had it go around and draw circles first, where he was putting the the stuff. I was like, Hamilton, why wouldn't you just make it do a dot? Like, why'd you make it do circles? But it, yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like watching the time lapses with it. It's
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, the next step though is to get it, where those paintings where it looks like what are they doing, and then they like brush it aside, the whole thing, and it forms a real picture. Like that's the next thing he's to plot all that out.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
kids nowadays are lucky. I mean, 40 years ago, oh, that would have been perfect.
Heck yeah.
We won't go any further with that one, but yeah.
Oh, pretty fun though. Yeah, so I guess he's got the files over there on CNC with me. So if you're a member of CNC with me, I think you can get the files to try this out on your own.
That's cool.
Yeah. Pretty
You'll have
neat.
to excuse me. I missed seeing this video on the lineup. It's been a busy week.
Yeah.
So I'm really admiring this one.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And like after he's done with the video, he just shows a bunch of clips of it making, going around and stuff like that. It's pretty mesmerizing to watch. So,
And they're
pretty
all
neat.
for sale.
Yeah, he's gonna sell them.
It's art. It's very unique art.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I mean, you could do some really cool stuff, I think, and put it. He could put those in some sort of gallery or whatever, and the machine that makes art, and it'd be pretty neat. Because you don't have to do just circles. Like you could do some really cool rectangle versions of it and stuff like that. And that, I mean, if you can do the G code to make it do the spirograph type of thing, you could do it for other shapes too. And I think that would be pretty sweet. No, pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. Very, very fun. So we got one more for this week, and that's our Now for Something Different video. It's not really just one video though. So if you ever want to get into a really crazy rabbit hole, fun rabbit hole. So there's this a band called OK Go. And this is just one of their videos that they've done for one of their songs. This one is, I think it's 8 years old or something like that, but they have a history of doing one take videos. And this one was one of my favorite ones because this is all real. Like this is all live one take stuff. So this video is in an airplane in 0G. Like the airplane's going down like as they're filming this thing.
See,
And
I was wondering if they did this on the Bomber Comet.
yes, I think so.
Yeah.
That's too cool.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is like, and they had to do it. They have a version of this that is kind of like the pop-up video where it's telling you all different little facts of what's going on, and like how many times they had to do it because something would screw up and they would have to start over again or whatever, because everything has to be timed and as they're going. And you got these. There was something weird that happened with the two dancer girls. The one guy like throws up in the middle of one of the takes. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But this is like what their videos are. They're all these one take wild videos where they're different things are happening. They do a lot of them in like warehouses, and it's one continuous camera shot, and just setting up everything that's happening is pretty wild. I just enjoy turning them on once in a while just to watch and trying to pick out different things that I didn't see before. One of their first video I think that they did that was really super popular. They did it on these
Treadmills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like 6 or 8 treadmills stacked up, and they're all just dancing on the treadmills, going back and forth, and they're switching between different ones and all that, and it's all done in one take, and it's pretty wild. And I think they just kept on upping the ante until they're doing this in air. You could not get me on that thing to do that. There's no way. I mean, I jumped out of airplanes in the Army, but there's no way in hell you're getting me like basically thinking about I'm free falling in an airplane to
pointing down at solid ground. I mean, that's a hell of a lawn dart.
Yeah. No, thank you. So.
Yeah, because they also did the Rube Goldberg machine.
Yes.
Where they're running around, and you can see them in the background, and then they did the ones on the little mini scooter or the little one. Oh, what do you call them? One wheels.
Yeah.
Over in Japan, but yeah.
So,
there's.
This is another one that they did. It's just very fun videos and pretty neat. I mean, just the creativity that they do in these is very, very good. This dude shaves his face in the middle of this one.
Oh yeah,
he shaves half his face here pretty soon. He's like, as this part of the shot's going on, he's going, he's zipping his face down because of this part right here. So look there, he shaved half his face for that shot. That's wild. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Definitely check them out. They're pretty much like feel good songs. So it's a good group of guys from what it sounds like. And they've had a long career of doing some interesting videos. So go check them out. Sweet.
Yeah, their first song, "Okay Go, Here It Goes Again," was 15 years ago, and they have 65 million views.
Oh, I can believe it.
It's wild.
Yeah,
absolutely wild.
They're putting together a really nice show, though.
Yeah. So
I wonder if they tour.
I don't know if they still do or not. I mean they still put out videos and stuff like that. So
I'm just thinking trying to do this like on a nightly basis,
everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't do anything like that. So this one would be tough too, because they're trying to do it all, even though it's shot in slow-mo, but they still got to do everything in exactly the right moments.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Let me check some comments here and see if we got anything. Harry says, been driving electric for 10 years. What's an oil pan, carburetor, intake manifold? Yep. Oh yeah, this is a great video too. Yeah, because they're driving and making the song while they're driving, like hitting everything. It's pretty neat.
Oh, you reminded me. There's those rumbles, the rumble strips.
Yeah.
There's a highway where if you drive the speed limit and you go over on the rumble strips, it does a song.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sweet. I know what I'm listening to tonight.
Wade says in Vetric, once you learn it, you could easily make that pattern. Okay, cool. Oh, then he corrects himself. Once I open Vetric, I can make that. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a vote of confidence from Wade. No. And JR saying Ham is super creative. Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. Yeah, Kenneth likes the OK Go Chevy Sonic video. Yeah, it was a good one. So, but yeah, so give him some watches and all that good stuff, because it's the creativity in some stuff is just very, very entertaining to watch. So, well, that's all I got for this week. Mr. Corliss, you got anything else for us this week?
Nope.
Okay.
All fresh out of ideas.
There's always next week.
Always next week.
If at first you don't giraffe again until it looks like an alpaca.
That's right.
What about you, Sean? I know what you're going to talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
So
There, be square.
it's going to be my very first live opening live video on YouTube. Because today I actually did my very first live Facebook.
You had some great viewers.
Yeah, actually I did. Actually I did. Thank you, by the way. Dave stopped by and hung out for a while. Matt Haas, thank you guys. That was awesome.
Hey, you did great, by the way. So,
no, thank you. The moral support was that helped out a lot. So
Yeah,
I know, like everything else, and Ryan can even say this, is once you get the first few under the belt, it gets easier as time
Well,
goes
you got 60 under your belt here, so.
That's true. You know what, though? I'm not going to lie. Doing this, I love it. It's fun. I can express some things. It's a group. We work together and we come up with some really cool things. And it's a little easier than literally doing a live, just you and the camera.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It takes some
kinda
getting used to, that's for sure.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
But it was exciting to get that one done and over and under the belt. And now tomorrow, same time, different bad channel at 7:55. I'll do the unboxing, and trust me, I can't wait. I want to get into that.
You're gonna love that thing. It's gonna be they're very impressive.
Yeah.
So
it looks well. I can't really say that because I haven't had my hands on it. Last week I promised you guys I would do a live unboxing.
Yeah.
So tomorrow it is.
There you go. Oh, what about you, Mr. Paul?
Oh, we got an hour and 30 minutes left, so we didn't make it. So there'll be a video.
Oh,
We'll make it work out.
Been doing a lot of shorts, doing TikTok now, and go check out Jerry's. He's got some great ones. I got to see his Paul figure from the movie Paul, the alien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's another rabbit hole fall down into.
Head first, right?
Yeah. Got our Arduino Micro, so might be doing something with that here shortly.
Cool.
Tons of projects. Who knows? We'll have enough time.
well, let's see that chip again.
Nice.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what that's for.
Good deal. All right, party people. I don't got anything. Hopefully I can put out a video or something this week. That'd be nice. And hopefully we can make these things back here do something. We'll make a move. But until then, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out, and we'll see you next week. Peace out, sauerkraut.
Bye.
Bye.